Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's happening, everybody? Nope, it's not Thursday. It's Monday night. It's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Daylight Savings Time. Hey, it's the Sports Chasers Podcast, and as you can probably see on the recap, it says Boxing Talk recap of the Crawford and Spence fight that appeared on Saturday. Hey, we got the two boxing gurus that's on our channel here, D-Dub and the DA. They're going to take it away. I'm going to give it to DA, man. So, hey, before I do that, remember to like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also give us that 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. D-Dub, take it away.
Push that subscribe button, man.
Yep.
No doubt. Cost you nothing. Yeah. DA, what's up? What's popping?
Hey, man, it was a interesting night. I hate to be right with stuff like this because, you know, for me as a boxing fan, it doesn't take away from the actual fight itself. I'm, you know, because I can appreciate what happened. So, and the artistry, which is the sweet science. So, it's not like other sports. This is definitely the sport where it's on you, your crew, your training, and styles still make fights. And this time around, I think Errol was in a bad spot. His style just, he couldn't adjust. There's not really many boxers that I know of and watch my whole life that have been able to adjust their style of fight within a fight. So Errol Spence is a dude that's always been able to walk through dudes, or he'll walk you down and, you know, just keep applying pressure, boom, boom, boom. But the same way a fighter comes to you is the same way he retreats. So he retreats going straight back to. He doesn't left, right, no head movement. He's not going to slip you. He's not going to move. And with him standing right there, you know, Bud Crawford knew where he was going to be at. And that's a big advantage to give somebody you're fighting is your location. So he knew he was going to be there. You could see the only times Bud missed is when Errol Spence went low and he swung over his head, you know, because he dipped. But he ain't go left to right. He just went lower, you know, in which case he probably could have got out of there a few rounds earlier had he caught an uppercut. But I did not think that Bud was going to be that much stronger. But it makes you sit back and say, okay, now we got to look back at these fights that Errol Spence had, D, and like say, what the hell was this?
Right.
You know, now you're thinking like, what the fuck? What? Hold on now. What? Well, all right, whatever. You know, because now I'm like, damn, I got to look at all these fights again to see if they was Fugazi or not. And I'm not going to say that because I respect any man boxers. It's a hard enough thing to do, period. Just training to get ready for that is monumentally hard to do. I mean, and we're talking about your amateurs, Golden Gloves, Olympics if you got that far, and then your professional career to get to a point to where you were champion, and then your defenses as champion. So I throw all that into your gumbo, and D, I got to go look back in the pot and see if those are real ingredients or if this is some McDonald's gumbo, because I'm not sure what that was. This is what we're seeing right now. It's a little scary.
Yeah, man, that was, and like I told Kev tonight, this is masterclass Monday because Bud Crawford put on an absolute show. I mean, it's no other way to say it. Bud Crawford was he was on point. His coordinates, he was the human GPS because his counter punches. Soon as Errol would throw a punch, he's coming over with the counter punch. Bow.
When he called that 1-2, he hit Errol before Errol got his left hand back. He was hitting him.
You understand what I'm saying? He was so precise and so sharp. That's the epitome of sharpness. He was sharp. He was sharp, bro. There was nothing. I didn't think that I would see Errol look like that. And this, like I said, I've heard all today. I've been listening, hearing a lot of guys making a lot of excuses out here, and I'm like, stop. oh, that wasn't the Errol that we know.
Somebody stole the silver.
Listen, it was July 29th. And I think the fight started about around approximately 11:30. It was early. And that was Errol Spence out there. I don't care. I don't know who else y'all think it was, but it was Errol Spence. He was out there. He fought. He even said no excuses. His timing, he attributes it to his timing being a little bit slower. But kudos. But me and you, we have said all along. We said Bud is different. This guy. I've been watching Bud for a long time, and I'm saying his fights are different.
Yeah,
he is different. Now I know Spencer's taller, bigger than Bud, but it's obvious that, and he even said it. It's obvious Bud was the strongest.
Oh yeah, that Nebraska thing is something different out there, boy.
Absolutely.
And the thing that Errol actually, people don't talk about, that he actually got lucky with, because usually in a good fight with Bud Crawford, the dude will give him a fight, and then he'll get mad, and then he'll fuck you up in the end.
Right.
Bud didn't even have to do that. He actually let him live around the two.
He let him live. Yeah. He actually let him live because I think because of the respect that he did have for him as I don't think Bud was actually as mad as towards Terrence Crawford. I mean, towards Errol Spence per se. He's probably mad at the people around. Yeah, the people around him.
If there had been a Charlo in that ring,
yeah.
Shit out of that.
Yeah.
Grandfather, mother, baby mother.
Bro, yeah. I think he generally has a great respect for Errol Spence Jr. And he let him live because this fight was over. I think this fight was over. It should have been over in the 7th.
Yeah. He took him around though if he's getting old. 36 years old.
Right. Okay. He got knocked down in the 2nd, got twice down in the 7th. Yeah. Spence was knocked down in total 3 times out the whole fight. And what can he say? I mean, this wasn't. I mean, and I like Errol. I think Errol's a class act, good guy. But this wasn't even close, man. It wasn't even competitive. I mean, if we want to sit here and be honest,
it wasn't
even competitive.
And
it wasn't
make him do the stanky leg, and he did. He made him do the stanky leg. That leg was shaking in there, boy. That leg was shaking. Yeah.
I know he's asking for a rematch, and listen, D, I could understand it. If you think you're the fighter that you think you are, right, and the performance that you put forth on Saturday night, and you're saying to yourself, that's not me. I know I could do a hell of a lot better. However, us looking at the fight, we're looking at it like, bro, this is not what you want.
The reality is he has to look at the film of that fight and see what can I do to change that? And is that change a change that can happen overnight, 6 months, 7 months? Because remember, habits, you build habits over a long period of time, right? And they've been pros for a while. Like I said, Spence fights one way, straight at you, straight back. So if you expecting him now to turn into Pernell Whitaker, it's not going to happen. He doesn't fight that way. He's not quick enough, and that's the reason why he's not a dude that moves left and right, because he's not a quick fighter. People think because guys are lightweights or they're welterweights that they're quick, or because they're slim. It's based upon your competition and who you're fighting against. So if you're faster than the rest of the welterweights, then you're fast. But if you're faster than the heavyweight and you're 147 pounds, what are you supposed to be? He wasn't faster than Bud. But what I do like, D, is that it looks like that the walls are coming down and the welterweights, lightweights, flyweights. I'm not going to get down to the strawweights because that's a totally different ecosystem.
Bantamweight, you got the Japanese dude.
The beast, right? So I think now these cats are starting to think about, okay, am I strong enough to move up and fight? And can I get this money? Because the fights need to be made, and either you go shit or get off the pot. like my grandmama used to say. So, we just have to wait and see who's ready. Like, we talk about this all the time. We're not going to have no situation where you a champ and don't fight for 2 years, or you're going to go fight a UFC dude. Man, get that belt back. Bring that shit back here.
Yeah.
And then dudes that want to fight. They may not be as good as you. They may not be, but guess what? They're willing to fight. Right. So we'll take them. We will watch the fight, right? Because this whole crew of youngsters right now all know each other. Right? They all came up. You got Tank, Secure. They talk mess with each other, all the rest of that, but they all have a genuine respect. You know what I'm saying? Haney, Spence, Bud. I don't know you want that Boots. You may want to leave that fool alone. Boots, you may want to just leave him where he at.
Apollo Creed's trainer, Duke. This ain't what you want, man.
It's not what you want right now, man.
This ain't what you want, brother.
Turn around, go back. Yeah. Because that dude there, he's a little off. But there's a lot of good fighters that we watched through the COVID time, and now, when ESPN just had to put every fighter on, before, dudes wasn't paying for pay-per-view, so forth and so on. We got to see a lot of fighters at this weight class that are willing to get fights. And I think this may have been the one dudes was blaming Floyd because, Floyd messed it up because he was only – no, that's not actually true. That's just a narrative. But I think it's good that these fighters right now are willing to take these fights. And win, lose, or draw, man, shit. Look, you can't have the belt forever. That's the thing. Once you win the belt, it's yours. Now, you can lose it, but you can keep a copy of one in your house like Floyd does. You ain't going to be champ forever, but you can keep a copy of that belt in your crib. But it's good that we need to see Tate fight this one, and we need to see Shakur fight Haney. We need to see these fights because that's when you get back to some point in time where the sport itself is going to start getting rid of all these damn belts in the linear champion and the 365-degree champion. And who's the best in this weight class? And then we could just have the fights. You'll sell a lot more fights that way. Yeah,
true indeed. And, let me tell you this. This is one more thing while it's on my mind. We got to stop this other bullshit that just because a guy loses a fight. This guy, Errol Spence, is 28. This is his first loss. We got to stop this narrative that, he got to retire. I heard this fucking ridiculous take from a ridiculous,
who. You know who.
He's a cat. This guy is a casual fan. He's
on a major TV show.
Major network. Yeah. This guy said that.
We're not calling his name?
No, man, I don't need that.
It's not gonna work because everybody knows who we're talking about.
I'm not giving no props for this.
But this motherfucker said he said Spence should retire. I'm like, bro.
I think he should take a year off.
100%.
He can leave.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a belt.
Take a year off. He's only 33 years old, bro.
This is the point. If you got a belt, you can't do it. And I'm sorry, that's just the way shit is, right? Because other people want that spot. But if you don't have a belt, money, you can bounce. You can leave.
Facts.
I'll be back in a year.
But this notion that that he's no good, that he dropped one fight.
Well, can I jump in here? I'm not a boxing aficionado. I too have been inundated with a couple messages. Oh man, what do you think? He should be retired. I said, you guys obviously don't watch boxing because that's not how this works. He lost one fight. One. Where's the camera at? One. Yeah, one fight.
One fight, bro.
One fight.
A lot of fights before they leave.
And it doesn't make him
a bad fighter.
Right. He lost to a better fighter.
He lost to a better, greater fighter at this time.
Yep.
Bud Crawford is pound for pound
boxer in the world. Right? There's no shame in losing that race.
There's no shame to that.
You lost to Usain Bolt. Fuck, what you want me to do? Nope. He's fast. What do you want me to do?
No. We need to have a show just on what's the difference between a casual and an actual.
They know who they are. See, the thing about boxing,
they know who they are. They just they fly by nights. They like to be seen. They come out. You know what I'm saying? They don't got a dog in the fight. They don't give a fuck. They just
boxing is a real casual sport thing because boxing is an event.
Yes,
there's probably not any other sports. Maybe UFC back in the days that a fight is an event where this is it. Everybody's here. Everybody's at the fight. You bring your girl with you. Boom.
Got your mink on.
Yeah, dudes ain't going to football games with their wifey. Period. You're even going to an NBA game with wifey. You're not even doing it. You're going to a boxing drink. You bring your wifey with, make sure she right, her hair good, boom, boom. You know, that's what they do. That's what it's been since we was kids. This is what they do with the boxing thing. So, so you're gonna have a lot of casual fans because you got people there that don't really care about the sport.
No,
you know, they're there for the gladiators, man. And that testosterone get them right in the head, and they down to do whatever. Because, and I give this to them at ESPN. My man Max Kellerman says, now I will argue any one point with this because to me it's. He said if you got 4 corners and you got a football game on one, basketball game on one, hockey match on the other, and the baseball game on another, all packed out. If 2 dudes go in the middle of those 4 corners and have a fight, everybody's leaving those sports to watch that fight.
That's a whole fact.
That's what it is. So the reality is it's an event. So you're going to have a lot of opinions from the outside of people that may or may not know a bunch about it. Because going back to what D is saying, like, we don't get the good fights as much as we used to, so people don't know what they're looking at anymore. You know, you're not getting the Hearns, Hagler, Sugar Ray, Duran, Wilfred Benitez, always good fights. We don't get that anymore. So, you know, that's why people take it for granted and they say, oh, you should quit because you lost a fight. Well, you know what? You lost something at the job. You need to quit too, right? You know, you lost your pen. So you got to quit too now, right? Fuck you, dumbass. What the hell you, what?
I mean, it was just crazy along with, you know, with the excuse making and the, you know, he should retire.
Well, that's part of America. Everybody gets an excuse even when you don't want an excuse. Dudes will give you one. Here's an excuse for you. Errol Spence, nah, I got my ass beat. No. You're good. It was Clarkson.
Bud Crawford on Saturday night, to me, I love it because he totally put the world on notice that he's the man. And it's him, and then all y'all gotta, you know, capitulate to him now. You know what I'm saying? He's the A side.
Yeah.
He's all the way the A side.
Yeah, he is that. There's no other side but his now.
Yeah. Ain't no more talking about flipping coins and who's coming out.
How big the ring is, none of that shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit, nigga. You're gonna be in there with a good sweat before I even leave my locker room. You're gonna be there. You know? I'll be on the way to the damn arena and you'll be in the ring already. That's how much A side I am. But when you're the number 1 fighter in the world that you're supposed to get, that's what you're supposed to have. Fact. And like you said, the rest of these dudes now in those weight classes, line the fuck up. Yeah. Get it how you live. Get whatever fight you can get.
Keith one time.
Your job is to try to move up. So
Keith one time Thurman, I seen you, brother. I seen you out there. I see you say you want the smoke. I don't know if that's what you want, bro.
Keith,
you've been out for a little bit.
Yeah, you've been getting boxed up too when you was in there.
Yeah.
Keith got dealt with. Not that he can't fight, but he did get dealt with.
He can fight. Yeah,
right.
But fact,
you know,
right?
You know, he probably
we'll see.
5, but that 5 is a long drop from 1. So, you know, that's the issue right now. It's a long drop from 1. And I guess we got to see what the numbers are for Saturday night's fight as far as the math is concerned and the money from the fight.
I'll bring it up for you guys as you continue. Go ahead.
Right.
See.
And then we'll see if it's coming back because, you know, that's the one thing with boxing is whenever there's a fight, you're going to always hear that it's boxing back, is, you know, this is that. And, you know, dudes that love boxing. I think, D, you got more of appreciation than I do for the UFC thing. Though I know the shit is hard. Don't get me wrong. That shit is massively hard. Like some shit's like, you're crazy. But I could see how that doesn't really allow a lot of room because I guess that's the opposite side of what we talk about them needing to have a commissioner. So when you got a Dana, everybody don't get to blow up the way, you know what I'm saying? In boxing, shit happens organically. Like you could have a dude that's just nicer than other dudes and come up through the ranks. He keeps winning. At some point in time, dude's gonna be like, yo, that's that dude. You know, whether, you know, Bud was WBO, WBC, WBA, or IBF, he was WBO champ, but the reality was he was the best. And folks,
yo, D, I stand corrected though. Keith Thurman is the number 1. If I'm looking at this correctly, number 1 for the WBC for the WBC championship.
So who's
he's ranked number 1.
So the IBF is who?
is Boots. Boots is number one. He's mandatory number one to fight.
I might trip down some stairs. Boots is next. I might have.
Yo, man, Boots at this age,
too young,
man, boy. Whew.
I got to watch a few more fights on Boots just to make sure.
Boots,
because he was bigger than other dudes too. It that way too.
Boots might need to get. Yeah, he might have to get maybe one more fight in to see.
Thick, man.
And that next fight probably have to be a dominating fight. But here's the thing: again, if they moving up, if Crawford decides to move up to 154 and mess around with the Charlos and take his belt, but I don't know if he should be focusing on that because Charlo's looking at Canelo.
Yeah,
and that's something that if Charlo beats Canelo, Charlo gonna stay at one. He's gonna stay there.
Yeah,
he's not gonna drop back down. You understand? So
it makes no sense. I'm getting the bag right here, and now I'm the A side at this weight, and everybody has to come to see me. So
everybody got you go.
I'm not. Right. Yeah, everybody. I think that's what everybody wants is to be the A side and be able to kind of dictate the fight,
what it is,
where they fighting. You know, everybody wants those things, man. You're not really wanting to give that away. You know, because there is
that's power. That's the power. You understand?
Your money, you know, chances of winning go up. You know, it's just you're in a good spot. So, I definitely believe that it's a positive, man. For this weight classes, I think middleweight now is making a move, man. I still think the heavyweights are, out in the desert somewhere, not knowing what the fuck they're trying to do right now.
Yeah,
you got
the heavyweights got a problem, although you have Joshua and Dylan White.
Yeah,
Dylan White. This is the second fight that's going to happen in I believe in next month, which is tomorrow. Where that fight will be going down in London.
Yeah,
and which goes back to I had a question about Derek James. Derek James is the trainer for Errol Spence Jr. And he just won the what is that, the trainer of the year, I believe.
Yeah, where your concentration at?
Yeah,
sure enough ain't going this fight.
I just said, right? So I'm just like, what was you looking at? What did you see? Why didn't you have another game plan for Errol? Why didn't you tell Errol to, hey, you got to stop standing in the way, standing in front of this guy? You're standing in front of him. You're not. You got to move off him. Why wasn't that said? Or was it said? Or
bag. He got his bag. He's the trainer of the year, and he really, really, really. It's like, fuck it, I'm good. And I'm not gonna do it. You don't listen to me anyway. Okay.
Let me jump in there real quick. D-Dub asked me to get the numbers for the fight. 700,000 pay-per-view buys, raking over 50 million in revenue.
Okay, so I thought I heard a number that both fighters will walk away with 20 mil piece.
Well, I know Bud 20, so
yeah, 20 mil a piece.
He ain't coming in there just for 10 now.
No,
there's other money though, right? So you got concession. There's other money that comes.
Yeah, and I didn't even talk about the stuff in the arena, but the fight was $84.95 on Showtime, and 700,000 people. T-Mobile Arena was the perfect venue for the Epic Class with a seat of 20,000 people. Earlier, it was estimated that 18,000 fans will fill the arena. The crowd was estimated as a sellout at 19,990. So
then I'm reading another one that Errol Spence Jr. will earn a guaranteed fight purse of $4 million. With the pay-per-view sales, Spence will also receive an increment of $6 million. In his fight purse, he will also earn pay-per-view sales, adding his total payout to $8 million.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, shit.
So
I can got my ass beat for less money than that. So.
Well, yeah.
That's what it is, man. So I got no issue with it, man. I like to see good fight. It was a good fight. It wasn't a good fight per se. If you like boxing, it was a good fight because you could see things that were coming.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like to see guys that, Bud talked his shit, but it was a different kind of shit, I guess, because he backed it up, right? So whatever it was, he backed his up, so it wasn't talking shit. If you don't back it, it's talking shit. So he backed his up, and it wasn't talking shit. But I think Errol Spence will be back. I think he does need to take some time. Make sure whatever's wrong, he gets right. And then they move forward, man. Then you can think about the weight and everything else. Because, some guys, you move up, you bring that power with you. You do some other things that may be able to unlock some of your potential. But my thing is that he was a champ. So there's not much potential that he had locked up, man. He's a hell of a fighter, man. He's going to be a hell of a fighter for the next, 4 or 5 years if he wants to be. Now, I don't think he should retire. I think he's probably made enough money in his life that if he doesn't want to fight, he can do that. But if he still wants to do this, he can still do it. He can still do it now, Because Haney coming up, these dudes is coming up. I don't think Tank coming up because he's too short. Secure, I don't know if he's coming up because he's short. I don't know how much they can gain in weight. You know what I'm saying? Because they're still really, really shorter in stature than other fighters. But the reality was, hey man, I think it was a great event. I see so many dudes on Instagram and TikTok put their whole fucking foot in their mouth. It's just,
Oh yeah, facts.
I found it funny, man. My thing is like, you gotta listen to the guys that did it for a living and see what they said. And most dudes that did it for a living, Teddy Atlas, all these dudes like, nah, Bud Crawford, it's not even gonna be hard. When you hear shit like that, that's just like, well, okay, wow. Now you got these people are seeing something that you may not necessarily see or understand. But a lot of people don't. They don't take instruction well, right? So you say, man, don't smoke cigarettes. Oh, man, I'm gonna smoke these Newports anyway. Okay, well, how you fuck? All right, so the reality is that within that world, over the last months, there's been a lot of fighters. If you take out all of the fanboyism and homeboyism in the sport, and you just go honest opinions, most honest opinions thought that Bud Crawford was a better fighter. So,
Yep. D-Dub, what's on tap? What's next before we get out of here? If you guys got anything else, what's on tap for boxing? The last show that you and DA did 2 weeks ago, I talked about how this is a very good year for boxing, how we're finally getting some of these fights that we want. So what's on tap?
Good year for boxing. Let me answer the question. The angry one, what's up? Shout out to you, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
The Chase, he said, what's up for Spence and Crawford, man? Well, again, Spence wants, and they're shooting. He's talking about sometime in December, so we'll see.
No,
how that yeah, that's what I said. He wants it. He had it in his contract, so that might happen. Scheduled for December, so they might run it back. I think it's going to be the same result. Because like I said, Spence had absolutely, none of his shots was effective, but
he threw twice as many punches and landed half as many times. So, which means he wasn't looking at what he was doing.
I think we're losing D-Dub.
Go
ahead. D-Dub is frozen.
There are a few fights coming up, man, but you got Joshua, you got Chris Eubanks, Usyk has a fight coming up. I'm so disappointed with the heavyweight.
I said he got kill punch. It was just, he made it look easy. It was easy. It was just not what the boxing fans expected.
D, your thing. Go ahead, DA. Because
close for him.
I think September Alvarez and
I do it again, but
yeah, go ahead, D. We're gonna finish up.
I think it's gonna be the same result. And as far as it's probably gonna be a yawn fest.
I guess.
What else?
You got they got a Charlo fight
got the
coming up
Charlo
against
and
Alvarez,
Canelo
but I'm
in
like,
September.
Ain't he fight next week? But I don't know how I don't know. Dudes don't fight 3 years and they're gonna fight twice in one night. So I don't know what the hell's going on. So you know. So I'm not necessarily sure what the hell's going on with them, man. But it should be interesting, though. You know, like I said, guys, you know, read a book, look it up. It's a beautiful game. I know you guys really, you know, if we can get past the violence and understand that guys sign up for this and this is what they're doing, there is a lot of art to this, man, and you can really appreciate it if you want to and sit back and watch and see what they're doing, man, because it's beautiful. To me, it is, at least. It's beautiful. So, you know.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Hey, we're gonna get out of here. As the DW alluded to, this is the Sports Chasers Monday's masterclass boxing talk. These two guys, the DA and DW having some internet issues over there, man. Yo, give it to you. The real boxing talk, as the angry one said, not that fluff stuff, not no hot taking and all that, and shot making stuff. Not a real boxing talk, man. You know, by real people, man. You know what I mean? So, listen, we're gonna get on ahead out of here. And I know DW, you back? You back? Can we see you? Yeah, is you back? Is you back? No, I don't know. Is he back?
He's there.
He's there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he can hear you.
Hey,
Yeah,
party shots before you get out of here.
I gave that
Go ahead.
big speech. I don't know if y'all heard me.
He was in and out, bro. Give it to us one more time before you go.
Yo, I appreciate everybody. You know, again, you know, a good night of boxing, man. So, you know, yo, check us out Thursday night, Sports Chasers Podcast.
DA, got anything before we go?
No, sir. We good.
My man. Hey, make sure you check us out Thursday. Yeah, it's Monday, but make sure you check us out Thursday. Thursday night, we got a special guest. We got my homegirl, Danny. She has her own podcast, Danny's Dugouts. She talks nothing strictly about the Yankees. And her, like me, and like the three of us on the screen tonight, we're pretty not much happy about what's going on with the Yankees, man. So you want to be here to check out Danny and us, you know, chop it up about not only the Yankees, but also what's going on with baseball and all that stuff. So make sure you check us out. Check out her podcast. Her podcast is also, it's called Danny's Dugouts, man. So you want to be here Thursday to check that out, man. And we'll talk about we'll finally talk about football. Yes, we'll talk a little bit about football. A little bit. You know, seeing what's going on, man. But, you know, Cat's been talking about football the whole summer. I don't understand. But, yeah, whatever. Yeah, this is, as you can say, a well-rounded sports show. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren. For the DA, D-Dub. Hey, the angry one in the comments, Dan, and and Mike Mills. Yo, this is Sports Chasers Podcast. Y'all be good, be blessed. See y'all Thursday night. Be good. Later.
All right, fellas. Peace.